Ready to buy a luxury home in Mexico? In this video, I'm sharing everything you need to know about purchasing high-end properties in Cabo. From finding the best neighborhood to understanding legal requirements, we'll cover it all with insider tips that can save you money and time. Don't miss these pro tips from the top producing agent in Cabo San Lucas. What makes real estate in Cabo San Lucas so desirable? Number one, obviously, is going to be the weather. It's going to be the access to the beaches. It's going to be the beautiful people. It's going to be the lifestyle, the way you can leverage your life. I could go on and on and on. But the number one thing that makes luxury property stand out from everywhere else in the world, for me, being a money man, is the appreciation on luxury property. The average 15% a year compounded. Basically, we're doubling every 5 years. Money, 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 money. Money. How is Cabo different from everywhere else in Mexico? Well, let me put it like this. Cabo would be comparable to Texas in America. It's basically its own animal entirely. It means it's extremely free here, and that's why I call it Cabo San Lucas, the land of the free. So which areas in Cabo offer the best luxury homes? You gotta find what checks your boxes. So for me, number one, Kesler. We have more amenities than any other community. We have our own private nightclub. We have 30 pools, 30 restaurants. We have pickleball in the morning. We have Texas Hold'em weekly. We have a real community here, and we don't have to use the carretera. Next would be, of course, Pedregal. Pedregal is amazing. They have beautiful homes there, gorgeous homes. The problem with that, the downside, is the cobblestone road. Besides that, Pedregal is amazing. Some of the best homes, some of the best views in all of Cabo San Lucas. And then next to that is going to be Diamante. Diamante is your golfer's paradise. If you like golf, Diamante is where you want to be. There's no other option because they have 4 courses. Well, the 4th one is coming in. In Kesler, we have 2. Up and coming spot that I like if I was going to invest early now would be Rolling Hills. You can get a lot of house for a little bit of money as a new up and coming luxury community. Now that's for San Lucas. San Jose and the corridor is going to be some different communities. You're going to have obviously Carencia. They are the most exclusive community. Very hard to get in. They have a higher standards of rules, regulations, things of this nature. Everything is very expensive there. Maybe you want a little bit slower paced life. You want something more chill. Then you might like Campestre in San Jose. So for me, all of these communities are great, and it really depends on you and your boxes, the boxes that you want to check off. So you need to really find out what you want in a property, and go ahead and send me that list, and I can help you to find the property of your dreams. Navigating the legal side of things, here's what you need to know. Number 1, find a good closing company. Number 2, give them your information. Number 3, let them close your property. Done. Pretty much it. People make it sound like it's so difficult. It's not difficult to close property here in Mexico. In fact, it's probably easier than in the US. You get a good closing company, you have good lawyers, you give them the information, they do the work. There's crappy closing companies that can still get the job done. You can do it yourself here, just like you could back in the States if you wanted to. I don't recommend this. You need to hire a good attorney. Now, especially when you're going to sell the property, when we've got capital gains, when we have taxes, when we have things like this, when we need to come up with a good strategy so that way we can keep the majority of that money that we made, put that back in our pocket. Are there any special permits or documents required for buying luxury property in Cabo, in Mexico? No, you just need some money, 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 and everything is good. Honestly, Mexico and Cabo is one of the easiest places to buy property. You honestly don't need anything when you go to buy the property initially. Many foreigners that buy property in Mexico don't even get their temporary residency. They get nothing. So I know it seems like I'm throwing a lot at you guys right now, but honestly, buying property here, it's pretty easy. Now, you don't want to get with the wrong closing company. You don't want to get with the wrong agent. That could make your life a nightmare. If you guys do need some kind of help, you could always reach out to myself or any one of my team members, and we can go ahead and just guide you through that process. It just makes it a lot easier. We've been through every single issue that's ever came up, and we are problem solvers, and we find a solution for every single one. Find a way, make a way. Help people solve problems. That's what we do. So financing property in Mexico or financing luxury property in Mexico is very different from back in the States. In the States, well, you just have your credit score, you have your income to debt ratio. As if everything works out good, boom, give me the loan, give me the house, let's go. Mexico is really more of a cash market. In fact, it's mostly a cash market. And if you are American, if you're a new buyer, probably you don't have credit in Mexico. On top of that, the credit here is not that great. We're talking 13%, 15% compared to the States where everybody's crying about 7.5%. There's much better ways to do it. I have a video where I explain the financing options. I'll put that here. Better option for you. You contact me and I know a number of lenders that can help you to get an actual proper, good, solid loan if your credit checks out. The top number one way is to just hit up your boy, and I work with a lot of owners that do seller financing. That means there's no credit check. As long as you have the down payment that they want, you make your payments, you're good to go. So for example, I've got a villa right now, $4.4 million, 70% down. Owner will carry the contract for 3 years at 7.5%. And I've got a lot of these deals like this. Totally just depends on the owner and the deal that your boy can make you. How should buyers budget for ongoing property costs? If we're staying at St. Regis, we're gonna have a much higher cost. The HOA over there is gonna be $5,000 a month versus if you have a villa in Copala, maybe $500 a month. Carencia, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. Each community is gonna have different HOA fees, but you're gonna get a lot of different things for those HOA fees. For example, also in Pedregal, very cheap HOAs there, but they don't have any amenities. That's why. They might pay $300 a month. They have one tennis court. Where again, here in Quivira, we're actually on the lower side of the HOA, but we have tons of amenities. One of the reasons why I like it so much. Diamante, much higher HOA, but they have tons of golf courses. So besides your HOA fees and things like that, everything else in Mexico is very affordable once you're in. Internet, high-speed internet, 600 pesos a month, that's 30 bucks. My water and gas, 50 bucks every 2 months. My electric, 75 bucks every 2 months. Living costs here are very, very, very low in comparison to the US. What are some negotiating tips for high-end real estate sales? Number one, get yourself a cute dog. People have a very hard time negotiating price when you have a very cute dog with you. They don't want to seem like an asshole. They're asking 2 million, I say 1. I'm by myself, they're flipping me off, probably. But if I'm holding the dog, it works 100% of the time. Tip number 2, have a beautiful assistant with you. You think I'm joking? Guys will negotiate out of another guy. Now guys never want to look cheap around women. There's a reason why there is so many women that do luxury properties. I'm just having some fun with you guys, but negotiating, it's an art. It's something that I've been doing literally for 20 years, and it takes time. It can't be taught overnight. I'll tell you this, don't ever pay the asking price, or that should not be your first offer. Now there's also a good time to buy, and there's a good time to sell. So for example, in Cabo San Lucas, low season in September is when the best deals are there. That's because it's the slowest time of the year. That's when people have a hard time getting renters. When everybody else leaves, I call it buying season or listing season. That's when I get the most listings. That's when I get the best deals on properties. This is how I like to personally look for deals, and this is how I like to personally look for deals for my clients. And this is how you can leverage your money. For example, if I have $1 million, I don't go out and I buy $1 million property. Absolutely not. I'm going to look for a project where I can buy 10 properties where I can put down $100,000 on each of them. That $100,000 would represent, let's say, 33% of the property. Then I can flip those properties for, let's say, $100,000 profit on each. And I'm turning my 1 million into 2 million within typically 6 to 10 months. I just did that exact same thing a few months ago with a small project. All right, so the second way that I try to really leverage properties and investment properties is I look for properties that are turnkey, ready to go, that have a strong rental history, and I look for sellers that will do seller financing. So if I can purchase, let's say for example, $1 million home, I put half down and then I have a 5-year owner contract on the balance, and then I let the renters pay off the other half. So that means in 5 years, what happens? We talked about this before. We have appreciation. Appreciation is the biggest thing in Cabo San Lucas. So that $1 million house that we only put $500,000 down on is now worth $2 million. That means that we've only invested 25% of the value of this property. We let the renters pay off the rest, and now we have a $2 million property with a 25% down. That's pretty amazing. So what are the best ways to maintain and increase your property value? There's a couple of ways. Number one, if all of the properties in this neighborhood are priced roughly around $1 million and you find a house that needs a little work, needs some paint, needs some love, but it is $600,000, $700,000, and you purchase that house and then you give it that little love that it needs, make it look like its neighbors, and now that house is going to be worth $1 million just like its neighbors. Another way to really increase and maximize your revenue, let's say you have a condo and you're in a community of 100 different units or 200 units, and you need to stand out from everyone else. You need to do a few upgrades to your property, and that's going to make everyone choose your property on Airbnb versus everyone else. So what I always tell people to do, number one, if you haven't painted the walls white, paint them white. If there's some weird color, do accent walls on the bedrooms, on the main rooms, and that's it. A nice neutral color. Add a full-size mirror because it really opens up the property and makes it look big. Now these are all very inexpensive things. And then add a jacuzzi. It doesn't need to be an expensive one. A Costco brand would be fine. Something with a very long warranty. When I'm looking at properties to rent on Airbnb, I look for a few things. A nice looking property, that's decorated nice, something that is close to downtown, and I always want a jacuzzi. Why? If I'm on vacation, I want to be in a goddamn jacuzzi. This is just one idea. You can add other, we call it added value. So that could be e-bikes, that could be a golf cart, that could be a car that comes with the property. Making your property stand out from the others by giving it some sort of added value. So obviously when it comes to buying property in Cabo San Lucas, you got to do your due diligence. And the main thing I can say is simple. Make sure you find a good real estate agent, a good brokerage to help you with the process, because there are a large amount of inexperienced real estate agents that could get you into some trouble. There's even scam artists out there that literally sell air. And I know some guys that have sold $2 million pieces of air to people. Make sure to get with somebody that knows the area. Guys, gals, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. If you guys need anything at all, you guys know that you can reach out to me. WhatsApp is best. Email works as well. Instagram, YouTube, you can find me pretty much everywhere. You can find me at the bar on a Friday night. If you have any questions regarding Cabo San Lucas, from wanting to know the best restaurants, or you want a guide to go out and negotiate the best deal ever and find you a crazy luxury property, myself or any one of my team members can help you. And I currently have a number of very, 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 very good deals in the luxury price range. I'll put a link down below. You guys can check those out. We'll set up a video chat. See you on the next video.